Broadcast, 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 broadcast. Oops. Want to welcome everyone to Global Markets Radio Daily Recap. I'm your host, Andrew Spanton, with a weak voice. One of the reasons why I haven't been able to do a show for you people. But, hey, non-farm payroll coming out tomorrow. So, had to get above on the game, baby. Stock market reversing a little bit after yesterday's monster move lower. It was the beginning of the month, and as you notice, what they did, they rallied the stock market into the close of May, and then basically the first day of the month, boom. Is the stock market going to tank? Probably not. Is it going to explode? Probably not. I think it's going to be more of a choppy month. Again, we have the end of June coming up, which means the end of QE2. Obviously, the numbers coming out of the U.S. have been horrendous. Even out of the Eurozone as well, numbers not very good. But we look at the dollar, and the dollar really closing poorly. The euro, well, this is the Aussie dollar, but the euro gaining on strength today on news decrease, coming up with a plan. Ridiculous, but they are. And a 3-year deal apparently in the works. More austerity and private investors. Market thinks it's a good thing. I'm trying to drink some tea to get my voice a little better. I'm going to try and talk lower. It actually hurts. But I don't think the euro is going to take out the Fibonacci. I do not. I think when you take your number here and your number here, we should still write the 61.8%. That's about 145.70. And I'm thinking we're probably going to hit it after the U.S. jobs number because, one of the things that I'm a firm believer, you don't want to believe ADP all the time, but when you have a combination of weekly jobs claims over, 420 this month, last 4 weeks, 5 weeks, when you have 420, that jobs number is going to be bad. The only thing that could save it is the death birth number being skewed. So that might save the day, but I don't think so. Again, I think this number is going to be terrible. I think the market could easily sell off. Yes, we dojied. So you definitely want to, I'm not saying go into the number with a major position. I could see anything happening. But certainly, the S&P dojing today, make a nice comeback. Possible that we're going to head higher. And if we do, then you would think this euro is going to probably explode even more. So I think it's going to be a tough day tomorrow. I think the numbers are going to be terrible. The markets could gap down, then maybe come back. And I think that initially the dollar is going to get hit and then make a comeback. So I think that euro gaps up to that number. 45.70, and then I think we have a monster reversal. But, you look at this dollar index, we just cannot take out 75. And I think you really, if you're a dollar bull, you got to be on the sidelines until we take this out. I mean, quadruple top, we can't bang through. We're closing now, new low. We could definitely be heading through the Fibonacci. And should we break through that Fibonacci, there's going to be a lot more momentum. And that's 74 for the Dixie. 45.70 for the euro pair. So, as far as numbers that came out last night, we certainly had some more numbers, some more indication that things aren't very good. Factors in the U.S. down 1.2%. Crude inventory surging 2.9 million barrels. Supposed to have been down 1.5 million. Sorry. And we had unemployment claims at 422. And last night we had some numbers that came out as well. Retail sales out of Australia surprisingly better, and the revision was better. Trade balance, so a lot weaker, 1.6 billion. PMI out of London coming in a little bit on the better side, 54. And then, of course, we got numbers coming out tonight. Some decent numbers. New Zealand building consents. Services PMI out of London, but of course, obviously, non-farm payroll 8:30 a.m. Eastern, along with average hourly earnings and ISM non-manufacturing. So that could be an interesting number too. 53.7 the estimate there. I would think that's going to sell off too. Bad number there. Unemployment rate probably going to tick higher above 9%. I think what we're going to see is the dollar initially getting hit and then making a comeback. Euro Swiss, because of the Greek news, making a monster comeback. Unbelievable close on that one, huh? Look at that Euro Swiss. Some move the last couple of years, huh? Well, maybe a reversal. I think the inside day in dollar Swiss looks more interesting. Nice inside day, little doji. And again, to me, I have not been playing the Swiss franc. I tried the other day, got killed. I thought this was a nice little bottom. We look at some of the other pairs. Euro sterling breaking out, taking out nice downtrend channel line here. And when you do your fib on that also, if we don't stall and we take that out, 88.80, we could really be off to the races in this sucker. More talk of possible more quantitative easing out of London. That's a little bit of a shocker. Pound Aussie looks like it wants to roll over now. Very crazy day. We had gold down. I really thought this might be turning. Still might, but this Aussie now scares me. Euro sterling breaking out. I don't know if I love this Pound Aussie trade anymore. You look at this Aussie dollar. I had that line when we started. And we're really holding. I'm bearish on this, but I have to admit, today's action makes me a little nervous. Doesn't make sense. And one of my old rules always is if it doesn't make sense, you have to go with what doesn't make sense. And today's move in the dollar, given the fact the stock market was down, risk was coming off, non-farm payroll coming out, gold down, really got to make you nervous. Now, can we spike up and then reverse? Absolutely. I think initially that's what we're going to get. I think the dollar should sell off. But then, we get that euro at that spot. We get the Aussie not able to take out 107.50, 60. I'm going to be looking at short. Relatively going to be on the sidelines. Going in. So, looking at this New Zealand dollar, nice reversal. Held the 10 exponential. I think it's got to be bought. But again, maybe buy that into and look to sell it higher. I do think we top down the Kiwi. Remember, the weekly chart's going to close tomorrow. Very important. We've gone up this week, but not that much, and this will be a nice reversal on the weekly. Look at that nice little shooting star. That's a nice looking reversal. So, based upon that, and again, the dollar index too, we're going to end the week. This is a big spot. If we can reverse and close up, hit 74 and reverse, that would be a very bullish thing. I think. I'm going to hold this outside candle. Más importante. Dollar Canada. Nice little comeback. Got over 98 at one point. For a second. It made that twice. But, I don't know. I think this thing's going higher. Definitely makes me nervous. Sorry, that's daily. That we can't clear 98. We had a nice little reversal. Couldn't take it out once again. And I think, I guess you got to be short it now. Unless we close above 98.05, 98, this thing should be sold on any strength. Commodity currency is certainly closing decent. Stock market a little bit decent. But, again, with gold down, even oil came back a little, but still, those inventories surging, not good. Dollar yen. Looks like a short. Looks like a short to me. We would have to close really above, what, 81.50? I'll tell you. We had a great day yesterday and gave most of it back today. Just a joke. Don't get it. But again, the stallion, I think, is a selling strength. Bad number. Dalian should come in. I think you look at some of the yens. Just ridiculous. Broke it out. Coming down. Broke it out again. Unbelievable. Look to sell it higher. You can't tell me that a bad number, we're not going to get a carry trade sell-off. Whether or not it holds and the market reverses on possible QE3, that's a whole nother story. So, again, looking at the S&P, maybe we rally a little bit and reverse. But certainly a doji, certainly every time we have reversal candles, there was follow-through. And, maybe the market's going to gap down. Maybe we hold 1304, 1305, and then the market rallies. I could see something like that on possible QE3. But this should be a very interesting month. I see the market selling off in the month of June. Not much. And then maybe once clarity comes, rally, I guess. But unless something happens in Europe, unless some sort of outside event occurs, the more the market comes out with bad numbers, the more people are talking about QE3. I cannot believe that there would ever be QE3. But I guess anything's possible. I mean, the Tea Party people would freak the hell out. I know I will, if there's more quantitative easing. It's a joke. I still understand why the Fed can't raise rates to 1% and do more QE3, QE 2.5. Just keep reinvesting those coupons. That's what I would do. At least do something normal. It would help the dollar out, that's for sure. But again, with gold down like that, 10-year, came back a little bit, but busting through 3% doesn't look very good. And that's it. Again, no free Friday. Maybe for selected people, but again, if you want to try my service, remember, you get a 1-week free trial. All you got to do is sign up via my website, and you're in for a whole week. And that includes my Twitter, premium Twitter. That includes emails with research, trade recommendation emails, and of course your 4 hours of me in the chat room. All right, everyone. Ugh, my voice is killing me. I'm sorry. Hopefully I get a rest over the weekend. Not really. So again, tomorrow I'm looking for dollar down and then close up. And the euro, I think, reverses. I think this whole story is a joke. Trichet, with his whole creation of some finance ministry, please. Germany controls it. The small guy will have no say. It's a way of taking over. One world government. It's never going to happen, I don't think. But, you know what? People have been talking about one world government for a long time. Maybe things are starting to happen. Certainly heading in that direction very slowly. All right, people. Again, if you have any questions, again, feel free to give me an email at info@globalfxradio.com. Team, I'll see you back at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at info@globalfxradio.com. Andrew Spanton with no voice. The only voice you'll ever need, who truly loves to make you money. Oh, baby. Big day. Non-farm payroll. Get excited. Oh, baby.